Hello and welcome to Infosys Finacle Innovation Talk Series. I'm Puneet and today I'm delighted to have with us Mr. Mohammad Ghifary, Senior Vice President of Digital Banking Division, Bank Rakyat Indonesia, or Bank BRI as it is popularly known as. Welcome, Mr. Ghifary.
Welcome. Good afternoon.
Hi, thank you for joining us today. And first of all, many congratulations to you and your colleagues on winning the Infosys Finacle Innovation Awards 2021. The work you and your team has done in building the digital lending products like Ceria is really inspiring banks across the region as well as globally. And the impact, as I've been told, Ceria is making on the communities it serves, particularly in the difficult times like pandemic, is really heartening to observe. And that's what makes it so interesting, this discussion. To get started, may I request you to give a brief introduction about Bank BRI to our audience today?
Sure, Puneet, thank you for your invitation and also for the interview to deep dive a little bit about our business and also digital proposition. So, Bank Rakyat Indonesia, or BRI in short, is one of the largest microfinance institutions in the world, also the most widespread and longest-standing bank in the nations. And with 126 years of experience, BRI is Indonesia's largest lender by assets that reach out primarily to the micro, small, medium enterprise sectors, supported by more than 9,000 branches and also about 500 branchless banking agents. And here in the Directorate of Digital and IT, directed by our CIO, Mr. Indra Utoyo, we are committed in becoming BRI's main innovation machine and providing the best customer journey through innovative services and solutions for modern banking needs. And since 2017, we have started the digital transformation journey that we call Revolution, where exploitation and exploration strategy are running in the same time. And in the exploitation approach, we try to digitize and reimagine our core business and existing services, while in exploration, we seek new opportunities, build a digital ecosystem to offer our products and services beyond the core business, and also try to offer new digital propositions to solve new problems.
That's first of all very inspiring, looking at the journey you have had over 100 years and the impact you're making on the underbanked and underserved communities in Indonesia. And I like your approach of exploitation and exploration together, wherein how do you digitize and automate the existing business, and how do you essentially find new ways of creating and delivering value to your customers through exploration with ecosystem. And I believe that's essentially the right way of progressing. When we look at Indonesia, it's a very different market. For the executives who are joining us today from countries outside the Indonesia and the region, give us a sense about what are the unique opportunities and challenges the market present, and what does it mean for a financial institution like yourself?
Well, yeah, I think in terms of the customer expectations in the regions, certainly the pandemic has greatly accelerated the digital transformation within the industries, indicated by more than 2 million online transactions happening per second in Indonesia as we speak. And e-commerce has now become Indonesia's main growth driver, and the pandemic has unlocked more opportunities for health tech and edtech platforms, for example, as well as digitized business operations. And I think one aspect that is, probably quite substantial in Indonesia's landscape is, that the MSME space is actually really large, and I think it's kind of maybe more than 90% of the Indonesia's market is actually driven by MSME sectors. And with that, digital adoption is also getting ripen. People now have started to adopt and use digital platforms for transactions and even to obtain insurance or investments. And on the other hand, the appearance of unsafe digital lending options or for fake investment platforms has also been increasing within public discourse. the problem of which certainly we need to resolve. And also going digital has been inevitable, especially since the pandemic hits. But more than that, as startups and fintechs also have been moving from providing one niche service to providing multi-line services, customers now are expecting more on-demand or personalized and integrated solutions. And in terms of the competition landscape, however, BRI never sees fintechs or tech startups as competitors, but more as a strategic partner in the effort on achieving national financial inclusion. We have entered the open banking era now, where Open API has enabled us to create super ecosystem faster than ever. BRI is also, opening the gates to the kind of unlimited collaboration and partnership across industries and ecosystems. And with open banking at place, the race to be digital first among financial inclusion is increasing. We are transforming the business process, adjusting our engagement strategies, expanding channels, and innovating in business models of banking. Now, there are new emerging types of financial industries in addition to big traditional incumbent banks like BRI, mid and small tier banks, and fintechs. And currently, we also have neo banks and digital banks with their cohorts.
It seems like a perfect time to innovate and move forward. And thank you for summarizing. I think there were lots and lots of insights on what's happening in the nation, which are very similar to what's happening in most part of the world. But the fact remains that Asia has leapfrogged when it comes to digital technologies and financial technology innovation, and that's very, very palpable in the way you describe what's happening in Indonesia. And I think it makes it easier for me to ask a question on, in this perfect storm, in this environment of great competition from established financial institutions, fintechs coming in, new challenger banks, new neo banks, and the super apps getting developed by companies coming from other industries. Where does Ceria proposition fits in, and how did you go about conceiving this offering, and what has been the journey so far with Ceria?
Yeah, I think specifically for Ceria as our digital lending platform, and also perhaps the first digital lending platform released by the um, banks in Indonesia. While fintech disruption serves access to lending services, there's kind of a lack of reliability of most digital lending platforms available in Indonesia. Our main challenge is to provide a safer digital lending solution for the Indonesian market with a high digital adoption rate, yet a high unbanked or underbanked populations. And as a microfinance bank, BRI needs to capture a new audience by building a new ecosystem serving various consumer needs. Next is actually try to design an innovative system without crossing the country's developing regulations, of course. Also, we need to develop a product that fulfills both business goals and consumer expectation. And BRI, has been developing Ceria, as you mentioned, as an infrastructure capable of disrupting the credit market by curating an experience for the millennials, particularly. And this segment made up 33.75% of the Indonesian population, with 94.4% connected to the internet. Indonesia's millennials are quite wary of credit debt despite meriting high credit scores. Although the segment was financially prudent and tech savvy, no big bank in Indonesia before tried to create an actual digital product specifically for them. And the available options from other providers were neither probably not quite reliable or nor trustworthy. And therefore, BRI developed Ceria to assist users' needs, and once through a properly structured process from registration to credit disbursement. And we partner, of course, with Infosys, Finacle, and implemented Finacle core banking components, which are the lending module and digital engagement hub. It enabled us to build a more effective digital-first lending propositions. Just to add, the app is also powered with our AI and big data services named BRI Brain, which provides quick and precise credit scoring to fraud detection and also for the eKYC process, to power its digital visions, enhance our risk management, and also ensure fast loan approvals. And through the implementation of Brain, BRI was able to kind of revolutionize the lending space, which was paper-based, manual, and complex, with faster credit process in BRI. That actually may take up to 2 weeks, and BRI then pioneered the usage of the face recognition, digital signature to credit scoring based on AI machine learning to completely digitize the process of the lending.
This is super inspiring, Mr. Ghifary, and I think the fact that you said that you have essentially digitized and automated the entire value stream from onboarding a customer to selecting a product and making sure that the account gets open almost instantly is really the right step forward if you have to serve the 33% millennial population. That's a very significant number as well. I'm also curious to learn how you're developing ecosystem around Ceria. You talked about how ecosystem is critical in your digitization journey ahead. Can you give us a little more flavor on what kind of ecosystem you're developing around Ceria?
Yeah, I think, as I slightly mentioned before, basically, Ceria can be like, as a, frontliner, and also could be like backliner, basically could be integrated as part of any digital ecosystem, especially from the e-commerce channel. That also something like quite big and also always growing in Indonesia. And whatever like the front end or the digital ecosystem that our consumers would like to visit, basically we try to be like the lender, under the hood, basically. And I think since its launch in the first quarter of 2019, Ceria has seen loan portfolio growth of 6 times year on year. And this year, Ceria's growth is also quite substantial. And in 2021 alone, until the mid second quarter, Ceria has created about 11 billion rupiahs credit facilities daily, and also recorded massive onboarding growth of up to 500 new customers per day. So I think, in short, basically, we from the Ceria perspective, we kind of open to be part of any lending services, either as a front end or as a back end that actually can be integrated with any kind of digital ecosystem available in the market.
Very nice, and it's 6x growth year on year. That's amazing, and I congratulations again to your team, and may this growth continues like this. And I like what you said, that you're composing the Ceria solution whichever way it serves the needs of the ecosystem partners as well as the consumers they are serving at the end. And that seems to be the popular approach, wherein more and more banks are embedding their various products, particularly lending products and payments product, in variety of commerce website through buy now pay later schemes. So very nice, and congratulations to you on the success so far, and all the best for the next steps. Moving gears a little bit, as the saying goes, innovation is 1% inspiration and 99% perspiration. So let's talk a little bit about execution for transforming established financial institution and building new completely digital first propositions like Ceria require strong executional capabilities. If I were to ask you, what are your top 3 factors of success, what would those be? And if any learnings you want to share, which you have gathered along the way?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I think whichever the factors that I would like to explain next. Yeah, basically we are still always in the learning stage. Try to actually really being always applying growth mindset basically. So I think if we may choose three factors that probably become a key factors. First is all about the innovation culture. Having the culture that actually quite widespread, decentralized, and having the best idea from the group, and we try to adopt that. I think it's actually one of the key success. And ever since we started our digital transformation journey, we first actually started our culture transformation first, basically to be more innovative, to be more decentralized, and to encourage all members in the group is actually try to think beyond their comfort zone, and try to be open-minded, and then get the best idea from the community. And it includes also cultivating agility to build organizational speed, and also the awareness and informed decision making, with quite precise or maybe data driven way of making a decision, and also certainly in terms of the fast execution. And second, it's all about collaboration. And what matters now for the customers is not the brand, we think. I think it's actually also more on the solution our products can bring, and their ability to reach them. And in this era, collaborations or co-creation has become key. Sure, we have a strong network of branches and agent banking that reach Indonesia's most rural area, but fintech or tech companies might have better opportunities to reach the unbanked population with their ease of the technological approach. And that's why we also venture into a partnership, and of course also including with Infosys Finacle, as well as to develop Ceria, to actually build a strong backbone of these digital lending platforms. And this collaborative and innovative culture certainly has brought more nuances in accelerating financial inclusion. And thirdly, I think it's also try to grow the growth mindset, as I mentioned before, openness, and also culture of ownership. And I think people need to be more having a strong ownership to their product, their service, and whatever they do. And I think whichever the problem that they encounter, they actually need to raise quickly, and also to collaborate better with their peers. And I think the culture of ownership actually is guided more by values than by rules, I think. And everyone within the company is treating its decision as if they were the owner, and if they are part of its problem, even when nobody is watching, basically. So probably those three areas that I would like to highlight. And certainly we are also always in the learning stage, and then would like to grow more better in the future.
Thank you so much for inspiring us, Mr. Ghifary. And as everyone today realized, digitization is about cultural change first than anything else. And I think you summarized the importance of that beautifully through the 3 points you covered, in terms of one, having a cultural change where everybody is open, everybody is collaborative, everybody has ownership and sense of urgency to make sure that we continue to move onwards and upwards in our journey of creating more value to the customer. So excellent, thank you so much. Mr. Ghifary, as we start summarizing this discussion, I wanted you to give us a holistic view of how you see Charia's success as of today, and what is the way forward, what's the roadmap you have for Ceria as you move from here on.
Okay, so I think first we actually always being customer centric in terms of the way forward, and to see what's the behavior, or probably the change out there that we always need to capture. And always starting from the design thinking approach, to make sure that we understand the customers first before actually try to propose something that we is actually not quite matched with the change in the future, right? And then I think what we're trying to move forward basically is actually to strengthen Ceria as one of them is as a super lender or like a source of fund to any kind of maybe from the other ecosystem or even like from our other digital lending platforms. Basically, one proposition that maybe Ceria is quite strong is actually in terms of the risk management, of course, with the underlying bank operational or bank backbone under the hood of the Ceria. So I think whatever we try, either as a frontliner or as a back backliner, that actually we try to make it as an open API composable services for any kind of ecosystem. We actually try to make sure that the risk management is strong enough for any kind of pipeline, basically to the e-commerce, to the ride hailing, to the edtech, healthcare, whatever that anyone or customers would like to enter into channels. But Ceria actually try to offer the easy to onboard in terms of the process, in strong credit underwriting, and also optimize risk management backed by banking operational and backbones.
That seems like the right path forward, and I think you rightly said the core differentiation lies, apart from offering a composable platform to any partner so that your lending product can be embedded, is essentially in having a very robust risk management processes and systems, and making sure that the pipeline can come from anywhere, but you are able to originate right kind of credit and manage the risk appropriately. And as I understand, while you are growing your business so rapidly, your NPAs are continually coming down, and I think that's a testimony of the success of the operations which you're running with Ceria. Mr. Ghifary, as we wrap up, it has been a privilege to work with you and your organization. And if there is any message you have for Infosys Finacle community, I would love to have that now.
Yeah, I think first of all, thank you for the fruitful collaboration so far with us, particularly developing and enhancing our Ceria backbone as robust core banking system with more modern technological stacks and architecture. And I think we hope that we can move forward with stronger collaboration ahead, and maybe we can also improve co-creation to each other. Probably we have some other use cases that might be available now and future, and then perhaps we can give you guys more challenge from the use cases that actually might will be available. I believe so, and then we can develop and co-create something that to make our core banking system stronger, and also from the other aspect as well. Because I think. It's about the scalability for the modern digital platform or products, right? So I think we can together make the system more scalable and more resilient with better architecture, and even utilizes more like also cloud technology in a proper way, and also of course comply with the regulation in the region.
Thank you so much, Mr. Ghifary, and I think it's a privilege to be a partner in your digitization journey, and please continue to collaborate with us, challenge us, and I'm sure we can co-innovate many next for Bank BRI in Indonesia, and be a partner who can help achieve its mission of bringing more and more people under the formal financial umbrella, and drive growth for the nation. Thank you so much for your time and being open in sharing your journey and learning with us. I'm sure all of us who are listening into this conversation come back a lot more enriched and a lot more energized to go and help our own institution deliver on the goals of digitization. And to all our audience who have joined us, thank you for joining us today, and stay tuned to our social channels for many such insightful discussion with global banking leaders like Mr. Ghifary. Thank you again, Mr. Ghifary. Bye for now, and all the best for your next endeavors.
Thank you, thank you. It's really an honor.